My cousin used to work at a police station, and this incident is about one of his colleagues' experiences. One day, he received a call from a gas station worker that he had been robbed, and the robbery escaped shortly before he called the police. He asked the worker if he could describe the suspect, and to his surprise, he said that the person was in fact a woman. "With a white dress, and she has very long dark hair, and also she was beautiful," he said. "At first she came to ask for help because she got lost in the middle of the night. So I went to the office looking for my boss and told him what had happened. We then went back to the cashier together, but when we came in, she was no longer there, and all the banknotes were also not in the cash box." Since he was the only one on duty that night, he headed to the spot of the incident right away. As he drove toward the gas station, he soon entered a darkened section of the highway that was surrounded by forest. He was driving in the middle of a gloomy highway until he noticed that a woman in a white dress with a very beautiful looking was walking along the road in the opposite direction. He passed her accidentally, so he began to slow down the car and turned to check again if she's the person that the worker had described to him before. Then he turned the car in her direction, stopped next to her, and got out of the car immediately. "Ma'am, I need you to get on the car right now." As they were driving to the police station, he asked her some basic questions like why she had to steal the money or something else. However, the woman didn't say any word to all the questions while she was sitting in the back seat. She just looked at one point all the time until they arrived at the police station. Her behavior was pretty weird, so he thought that the woman might have some kind of mental problem. He then decided that he would not have any further conversations with her. When they arrived at the police station, they started to investigate her, and all of a sudden, she said that she would return the money the next day if they let her spend a night in a prison cell. Because she kept insisting that she had nowhere to go, he and other cops were confused by her comment. But they could nothing to do, actually, so they eventually approved of her proposal, letting her spend one night. The other police then called the gas station and informed the workers that they had captured the person, and they would return the money for tomorrow. The next day, he went to visit the woman they had detained yesterday. However, he was stunned as soon as he had arrived at the prison cell. In the cell, they found that her roommate's face was all scratched, and his body was hung from a wall nail. And the bills, which they didn't see yesterday, were all tucked in his pockets roughly. The wall next to him was painted in blood, saying, "I'm returning my debt." What made him even more frightened was that the woman completely vanished. He went to the director, informed this, and they had a search around the area widely, but she was nowhere. Even today, everyone in the police is traumatized by this incident. And that's what my cousin told me. How could anyone escape from a prison cell avoiding the cameras recording or anything? Eventually, they never found out what had happened that day and where she is now.